In this video, you are going to discover the top 5 handguns of all time. And I have to ask you right now, can you guess which one took the #1 spot? Stick with me, because by the end of this countdown, you might be surprised. To build this ranking, we used 3 key variables that really matter when judging a handgun. The first is power, which measures the stopping force, caliber, muzzle energy, and real-world effectiveness of the cartridge. The second is reliability, because even the most powerful handgun is useless if it jams or fails in critical moments. And the last is influence, which looks at cultural and historical impact, how much the firearm shaped tactics and industry. Each variable is scored from 1 to 3 stars, and now that you know the rules, let's begin our countdown. Coming in at number 5 is the Colt M1911. The design by John Browning that entered U.S. service in 1911 and stayed there for decades. Chambered in .45 ACP with an original service capacity of 7 rounds. The M1911 earned its reputation in trench warfare and beyond because of a simple fact: when it hit hard. The pistol proved effective in World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And its single-action trigger and ergonomics set a standard for decades of handgun design. In terms of numbers, it was adopted officially in 1911. Millions were produced over the 20th century, and custom variants still dominate competitive shooting circuits. For our scoring, the M1911 gets 2 stars for power because the .45 ACP is a proven stopper. 2 stars for reliability since well-maintained M1911s are dependable. 1 star for influence compared to later global icons, bringing its total to 5 stars. It remains a classic, a piece of history you can feel in your hands. But in a modern all-round ranking, it sits at the start of our top 5. Before we continue, let's make a quick deal. If you enjoy this type of content, subscribe to the channel for more. Drop a comment telling us if you agree with this ranking system or what handgun you would have placed differently. Coming in at number 4 is the Glock 17. Introduced in 1982 by Gaston Glock and forever changing expectations about what a service pistol could be. The Glock 17 brought polymer frames and striker-fired simplicity into the mainstream and quickly became beloved by law enforcement worldwide. With a standard 17-round magazine and 9mm, low perceived recoil, and a reputation for functioning in harsh conditions from sand to snow, the Glock is almost synonymous with modern reliability. Its design philosophy of fewer parts and consistent trigger reset rewrote training doctrines. For concrete figures, Glocks have been adopted by hundreds of agencies and millions are in circulation globally. On our scale, the Glock earns 2 stars for power because 9mm is effective but not the largest caliber. 2 stars for reliability because its track record is stellar. And 2 stars for influence because it reshaped the market, totaling 6 stars. But hold on, the next 2 entries bring a very different kind of power to the table. And the drama only ramps up from here. Coming in at number 3 is the Smith Wesson Model 29. The iconic .44 Magnum revolver made famous by movies and by shooters who demanded raw stopping force. Introduced in 1955 and chambered for the potent .44 Magnum cartridge developed by Elmer Keith, Philip Sharp, and Winchester engineers. This revolver was once advertised as the most powerful production handgun available. Its muzzle energy often exceeds 900 to 1200 foot-pounds depending on the load, and its ability to take down large game or deliver decisive stopping power made it legendary among hunters and frontier users. The Model 29 gained pop culture immortality after being carried on screen, which in turn boosted public fascination with Magnum revolvers. For scoring, the Model 29 receives 3 stars for power because .44 Magnum is a beast. 2 stars for reliability because the revolver platform is mechanically simple and nearly fail-proof. And 2 stars for influence because, while iconic, its real-world military or police adoption was limited, totaling 7 stars. The roar of a .44 Magnum is unforgettable. And for many enthusiasts, it remains the essence of handgun power. Coming in at number 2 is the Desert Eagle, a gas-operated semi-automatic pistol first produced in the 1980s that brought unprecedented calibers like .50A to a semi-automatic platform. Designed by Magnum Research and manufactured mainly by Israel Military Industries in early production, the Desert Eagle stands out because it is built around very large cartridges. the .50 action. Express produces muzzle energies that rival short rifles and can exceed 1,500 foot-pounds with heavy loads. The pistol is massive, often exceeding 2 kilograms unloaded, and its distinctive, almost futuristic silhouette made it a staple of movies, video games, and popular imagination. The Desert Eagle is not the lightest or easiest carry gun, and its practical use in military or police service is virtually non-existent. But, as a statement, a hunting sidearm. And a cultural icon, it changed perceptions of what a semi-automatic pistol could be. For our scoring, it earns 3 stars for power because of its high energy calibers. 2 stars for reliability, because while mechanically robust, it can be finicky with hand loads and heavy rounds. And 3 stars for influence for the immense pop culture footprint, totaling 8 stars. But just when fans thought the Desert Eagle would define the pinnacle of handgun spectacle, history had one more fundamentally practical contender claiming the top spot. And finally, at number 1 is the Beretta 92. Adopted as the M9 by the U.S. Armed Forces in 1985 and a global standard for decades, chambered in 9mm. Featuring a 15-round staggered magazine and an open-slide design that helps eject spent cases and reduce jams. The Beretta blends capacity, accuracy, and durability in a way few pistols have matched. It saw service in conflicts from the Gulf War through Afghanistan and Iraq and became a fixture in NATO and countless police forces. The Beretta 92's specifications include a standard 15+1 capacity, a 9x19mm cartridge that balances recoil and terminal effectiveness, and decades of real-world operational data backing its performance. For scoring, the Beretta 92 earns 3 stars for power because modern 9mm loads deliver reliable stopping power when placed correctly. 3 stars for reliability because the M9 passed rigorous military evaluations and served millions of rounds in the field. And 3 stars for influence because its long tenure as a service pistol and its visibility in media make it one of the most recognized weapons in the world, totaling a perfect 9 stars. That combination of practicality, performance, and presence is why it sits at the pinnacle of our list. So there you have it. The revised top 5 handguns. The Colt M1911 as an enduring classic. The Glock 17 as a modern workhorse. The Smith Wesson Model 29 as the personification of Magnum power. The Desert Eagle as the icon of extreme calibers and cinema. And the Beretta 92 as the balanced champion. Each one tells a different story about design priorities, the evolution of cartridges, and how culture and use shape reputation. Now it's your turn. Which model would you swap, and which one deserves more love? Leave your thoughts below, and remember to like, subscribe, and comment your pick so we can cover your suggestions in future episodes. Until next time, stay sharp and stay curious.